or dry rubbed, it's sports the way you like it.
Sports Center Top 10 right there.
Talking to the biggest names, bringing you the best interviews.
He actually smokes his beans.
Thank you, Mr. Know-It-All.
The cooler is full and the brisket is resting.
Just a nice little pull and it comes right apart. That's perfect.
We eat ribs with this dude.
Here's your master of ceremonies, the Kansas City Barbecue Society certified expert,
Throw the fade, looking for Ferguson. Got it!
Patrick Netherton.
13-yard touchdown. Demons are back in it.
And good afternoon. We welcome you in. It's the Patrick Netherton Show right here on 1130 The Tiger. Grr, baby, grr. How are we, everybody? How's things? We good? Hambone's over there. He's waving. He's laughing. He's having a good time. Oh, what's up, dudes and dudettes? Yep. We have a lot to get to today, Rogers. I got to tell you about the whole hog judging I did over the weekend.
I totally forgot about it.
I know, you forgot about it. I didn't.
Oh, well, I'm glad you did.
No, I
Because you had to be there.
yeah, I was there. It was something, my friend. It was something. Oh, it was quite something.
Okay.
So,
I'm interested.
yeah, it was quite good, I have to say. And so we'll get in there.
You scared me there for a minute.
No. It was interesting because I'd never done whole hog. It was great. Okay. That was great. A fantastic event. No. It was just interesting because I'd never done whole hog before, so that was different. I've obviously done ribs, pork ribs. I've done pulled pork. I mean, I've done a lot of the stuff that you would have normally that you'd be involved in, but that was the first time that I had done a whole hog judging competition. And so that was a little different, a little strange, a little unusual, but it was fun. Had a great time. Absolutely fantastic time. So yeah, don't get me wrong on that. It was a blast, and we'll get into that here in just a couple of moments. Obviously, we have a lot of stuff going on in the world of sports. You have the bombshell that happened in golf this morning. We've obviously got the NCAA baseball tournament. We've got the Heat coming back and getting a win in the series against Miami, and so a lot happening. Sorry, I'm retweeting some stuff. And Rogers, there's a reason I'm retweeting stuff. Would you like to know why?
Absolutely.
Rogers, guess what today is? It's Tuesday, and we were not here yesterday.
Oh.
But guess what today is? Today, we have gone live on YouTube. Yep.
I don't believe
right now. If you come look, I'll show you. We're everything that you're doing is still the same. I just am, but it's on YouTube instead of Facebook.
After my 2 days.
No. Look, that's what I'm saying. I literally went and did everything. Rogers was gone when I got here. He was, I don't know what he was doing. He was off running errands, feeding kitties. I don't know, whatever Rogers does. Yeah. So I get here to like 2:15 or so. I was running a little late, and I'm like, you know what? Since Rogers isn't here, it'll be real easy for me to put the new stream key in and put the new, yeah. And so I just said, you know what? While Rogers isn't here, I'm going to go ahead and do it. Yeah, and so I get in here. And so what Rogers does on his end is exactly the same. His end originates the stream. I just had to go in and point it to YouTube instead of Facebook on my computer. So we're not on Facebook at all. We're on YouTube.
We're done with Facebook.
Well, for now, I want to test it.
So this is YouTube now.
So that is pointing to YouTube now, not to Facebook.
Okay.
But it's your stuff is exactly the same. Yeah, your stuff is exactly the same. It's just it's the same thing, Rogers. It would be like if you're driving and you took a left off of Pines Road, off of I-20 onto Pines Road, or you took a right, you're still getting off on the Pines Road exit. It's just a matter of which direction you're going. So instead of that stream going left to Facebook, it's actually going right to YouTube, because I just put in some stuff that points it towards YouTube. And we're going to see. I want to give it like a week, and kind of see what it looks like, see how people react to it, see if folks enjoy it. Trey is on, just said he's on here, #RushOn. Yeah, it's a brand new world out there, Rogers. So I kind of want to see how it goes and figure out if people like it, if folks are watching that kind of stuff. All right, now don't get us kicked off immediately for playing music.
Oh, is YouTube worse?
They're not better. How about that? So,
Okay.
yeah, they're not better than Facebook in that regard. They're not better than Facebook. No. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know if they're worse or not, because I've not really streamed much. I think we've done one stream on the YouTube channel before, but I think they're not better. So in that regard, we will just do our best to I kind of just want to see what it looks like, do people like it? Is the stream healthy? Does it sound okay? Does it look okay? That's kind of what I'm looking for. I want to see kind of what folks think, and we'll probably do it for the rest of the week, and then we'll make a decision. All right, do we maybe stay with YouTube, or do we go to Facebook, or go back to Facebook? So yeah, so I came in I thought about it. I was thinking about doing it today anyway, because I knew it would take me 5 minutes to do it, to change it. Because nothing on your end changes except for some words. That's all that changes on your end. Okay. Basically, instead of pointing it to Facebook, it points it to YouTube. No. Okay. No, your Fletcher stuff's going to stay with Fletcher.
The way he does? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So I kind of just decided, and when I pulled up and you weren't here, I was like, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and do it. So I pulled up the stream key and I changed it out, and I moved the same thing over, and I said, you know what? All right, here, we're going to go ahead and make this happen today. All right. And so we did. And there you go. Now we're on YouTube, at least for the week. We'll evaluate, see what folks think. Trey at least is on here, so we know that.
Our boy Trey.
Yeah, Trey L. Astros fan said it looks and sounds good. Well, thank you. Okay. Perfect. I tweaked with some of the settings a little bit to actually, the stream should be a little healthier, because now that we're wired back in instead of through Wi-Fi.
What would be the main thing I'm looking for that?
No, it's nothing. It's nothing you'll see. Yeah, I mean the drop frames.
0.
Yeah, no, it's what you'll. Yes, drop frame 0 is what you want. Okay. Basically, what I did is I just increased the quality. Because before we were on Wi-Fi, and the Wi-Fi was really hit or miss, but now we're on Ethernet. We're plugged in, and because of that, it's much easier, and it's much stronger, and the signal's better. So we went ahead and did it, and we'll and I'll double check Rogers. I don't think it shouldn't, because it's a different profile. Fletcher's profile is different than mine, so he has his own saved settings under his profile. All right, so there you go. So if you're wanting to watch the stream, if that's usually what you do, then you need to go find us on YouTube. The YouTube channel, just search for the Patrick Netherton Show on YouTube, and you can find us. It is pretty easy. We are over there, easy to find. Patrick Netherton Show. We're not tough to come up with. So go and search for us. You can subscribe if you want to be reminded of the show, that kind of thing. Get the notifications. You can subscribe to the channel, or if you just want to watch, you can watch. That is totally up to you, but we'd love to have you. So go over to the YouTube channel and watch. And if you want to comment, we'd love to have it. Comment and let us know. The more comments we get, kind of the better things work. So we'd love to have your comments, love to have your watches, your views, all that stuff. That'd be cool. All right. So obviously we got a lot of stuff to discuss. We got to get into the PGA Tour stuff. We've got to get into the NCAA baseball regional stuff. By the way, working on potentially getting the Kentucky coach, Nick Mingione. Don't know if it'll happen. Going to try to make it happen. We're working on it. But as of right now, it's a work in progress. They are absolutely trying to make it work, and I appreciate that. Look, the one thing I do appreciate is when the SIDs, hey, he's like, look, I'm going to try. I don't know. It's obviously there's a lot of things going on with Kentucky going to the Baton Rouge Regional. And also, Rogers, I sent an email to Bill Franquez at LSU to potentially have Jay Johnson on this week. So we'll see. I'm trying to get both coaches for the Super. Hopefully we can make that happen. We'll see if we can. All right. So, again, if you want to find us, want to watch the video, then feel free to tune us in on the YouTube channel, youtube.com. It's not a slash. You just have to go search for the Patrick Netherton Show on YouTube. We're pretty easy to find, and we do have the live video going. Rogers, you know what I'm going to do real quick while I'm sitting here thinking about it? I'm going to open up my YouTube on my iPad and see what the video feed.
Watch us on here?
Yes, we could actually watch us on there. Okay, all right.
Are you?
No.
YouTube now?
Yes, correct. Well, it's not so it wouldn't be on YouTube TV. That's the TV, but it's on regular YouTube.
That's why I'm asking.
All right, so now I've got Rogers is making me dial us up on the.
If you're doing this, let's freaking do it.
Let's freaking do it.
'Cause I wouldn't know how to do any of that.
Yeah. Well, luckily I do.
I know.
Yes. Eventually I'll go through and sign it back in and do the whole thing, but we'll see how far it gets before they show Netherton, Rogers. So we're at NETH and everything is Netherlands so far, which you would expect. Still Netherlands. No, I've had the channel forever.
Okay, I meant your show thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. This is only the second time. We did it one other time when we were the Facebook. We had a problem with Facebook one time, and so we went ahead and did it there. So Rogers, we have the Netherton Foundry, which is not what we want. We want the Netherton Show. Probably should have put my first name in there instead of. All right, so there it is, Patrick Netherton Show, right there.
Oh.
There we go. 7 people are watching, Rogers. There we are. Look at that. I know. Rogers is. Hold on. You want to take a picture, Rogers? Here. We'll do this on there while we're going to take a little selfie.
What, am I
yeah, you get in it. Make sure the TV's in the view. There we go.
Got it.
Perfect.
All right. This is exciting, man.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. As you're literally watching me switch channels on. There you are. There's your face. Yeah, it's a little bit delayed. Now, there you go. Look at you. Rogers is now watching himself on television, and he is having a blast. We're taking the selfie. So we're probably about 20 seconds delayed, something like that. It's not bad. Yeah, we hadn't been on TV in a bit, Rogers. So there you go. There you go, Hambone. Hey, look at my hips.
All right.
So there we go.
I am shocked.
There we go.
I am completely shocked.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it, Raj.
I hope it's everything you want it to be, man.
That's what we're.
I hope it's everything you want it to be.
Well, I also want it. I want to.
That's nuts.
I want to see. Hope it works out.
Do I need to switch anything?
It's fine.
It's fine. Okay.
It's fine. It'll be a lot better when we get in the new studio.
Oh, good God, yeah.
But yeah, Rogers is literally watching us, or me at this point, on TV. And then now the question is, how many times is Rogers just going to stare at the television while this is going on?
Unless I get up, you won't see me.
No. You know where the camera is.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Isn't that wild?
No, that's a little nuts.
It's a little crazy? A little crazy? Yeah.
Nuts.
A whole new world. Yeah, I knew you had it. I heard you had it queued up earlier.
It's been a while since we've been on TV
Yeah.
together like this.
Yeah. So there you go. So find us on YouTube. You can watch on, and that's the cool thing is all of the TVs, Rogers, like all the TVs now, the Apple TVs, the Rokus, and everything, all have the YouTube app because this is just the YouTube app. And they all have the app, and so you can legitimately just watch. You can just watch it on YouTube.
Crazy.
Yeah. So the logos look good. The graphics look good. I think it's pretty wild.
So, if you did not turn this off for the 5 o'clock show, would it show them?
No. Well, okay. I would have to leave my computer here.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have to leave myself, like, because the setup goes through my computer.
It wasn't like you could go, okay, I can still take it with me, but since you didn't turn it off,
Correct.
it was, okay.
Correct. It all comes through my computer.
You know how much that would freak them.
Oh, it would be great.
Oh, it would be.
Oh, just imagine when they walk in and see that on the TV.
Let's not say anything.
We're not going to talk.
Just act like we're watching, golf or something.
Okay.
Oh, speaking of.
Yeah, speaking of golf. Well, before we get to golf, Rogers, because I promised Karen and the fine folks over at the Elks Lodge that I was going to talk about the whole hog, because it's for a good cause. All right, so basically about a week ago, 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago, something like that, a lady sent me a text and said, "Hey, I'm the
That's crazy.
Roger still can't handle the."
Because over here, I won't pay attention.
Right.
Because I got so much else going on.
Yeah.
But over here, I'm like,
Yeah,
oh,
you can see it now.
It's not the
You can see me cleaning my iPad on my
it's
shirt.
Not the 3 o'clock. It's
No.
not Alex Anderson.
No, it is not Alex
It's
Anderson.
Brittany
Breeding. It's much more handsome Patrick Netherton. So I was okay. So I was a couple weeks ago, got a text from a lady named Karen, and she says, "Hey, we've got a whole hog event that we do for the Elks Lodge over off Preston." Back there behind Johnny's Pizza and Rolling in the Dough back there by the library. The Elks Lodge is back there with the big pool and all that. And she said, "Hey, we've got a deal, whole hog, and I've heard you were a barbecue judge." I'm like, "Well, yeah." She said, "Well, we'd like you to come out and be a part of it." I'm like, "All right, you don't have to ask me twice. I've never done whole hog before. So I'd love to check it out. I'd love to see it." So we end up kind of corresponding back and forth. She said, "Be there by 3:45. The turn in is at 4. We'll have you done in an hour. We're going to judge whole hog." No. It was just literally 9 teams that each had to do a whole hog.
They were there.
Then they were there for like 2 days because it takes forever to cook a whole hog. Yeah, a whole hog takes a long freaking time. Yes.
Okay.
Well, here, Rogers, look, I'll show you a picture so you can see what we're talking
that's
about.
the way all of them were.
They're all cooked.
Kind of freaked me out a little bit.
So here's a good example of one. So this was, now they took the meat out of this, some of the meat out of it, and then put the skin back on it. Like they pulled some of the meat out to judge, and then they put the skin. I mean, that's where your pork ribs come from, Rogers. That's where your pulled pork comes from. That's where your bacon comes from. I mean, it's literally a pig. He gave his life for a good cause.
Oh, good.
So, I mean, really did. So
That's funny.
So I'm like, yeah, I'd love to. So turns out, so here's the thing, Rogers, the Elks Lodge, this is their biggest fundraiser of the year. And they do it, and that's their membership drive at the same time. All the members could come in and bring guests and hopefully people that might want to sign up to be a member of the Elks. And their big fundraiser is for, they feed and help with supplies and essentials for homeless veterans, which I was at dinner last night and a buddy of mine was like, "Why do we even have homeless veterans?" We're like, yeah, no doubt. None of those guys none of them should ever be homeless. But, they're doing their part to try to help out. So this is their big fundraiser. They have a luau. And, of course, Rogers, a luau in Hawaii, which I've actually gone to a real luau in Hawaii, they bury a pig underground. Oh, wow. They dig up the sand, they put the pig in there, they cover it in, banana leaves and like blankets and all kind of stuff, and then they bury it in the sand. And so that's how you do a real luau. Well, they were doing something akin to a real luau. So they end up coming in and 9 teams come in. They're all serious about it. And so I go in to judge. It's me and 4 other people.
Really?
Yeah, it was 2. Well, 2 were the co-owners of the Bodacious franchise here in Shreveport. And the other 2 were a husband and wife that have a barbecue food truck, but they're just kind of getting it started. And so they're not doing a lot. They do a lot of events like charity type events, but they don't do a lot. They're not like really selling to the public at this point. So that was the crew, those two and me. So the rule, and we didn't really get the rules, but I'm assuming that the rule was you had to bring in 3 different types of mussels, because the main thing with whole hog is it is really difficult to keep all of the parts of the hog moist at the same time, because the loin dries out really fast. The loin cooks quickly, because it's small, it doesn't have a ton of fat in it, it's much more muscular, and it's a kind of a smaller piece of meat. So while it's cooking and then overcooking, your shoulder is still not cooked. So the real major thing, it says live chat isn't working on the YouTube. Let me see. Hold on, I'm trying to work on that. It doesn't say there's anything going on with it. Let me it's got live chat, so it says all messages should be visible. No, it's not. That has nothing to do with yeah, no, sounds good.
This is freaky, man.
It's freaking Rogers out.
I've had a couple freaky days.
Rogers, it's freaking me out, man. Oh, there you go. Well, J.R. Stan just said, just sent a chat, so I guess it worked. Trey just sent a chat. It worked for him. So, Zud, you may want to check on that, man. By the way, J.R., who's our James, who's our producer, our ESPN producer, Rogers, the man with the crazy hair. James said, finally, I can see Natrick Petherton in increasing detail, however detrimental that may be to my vision. Correct. Yeah, we've ramped up the bit rate a bit, so it should be a little clearer. Anyway, so we go in there, and it's obvious they had to pull 3 different muscle groups, basically, to put in the box. And look, it's a whole hog. So there's a shoulder, there's a loin, there's the bacon, there's the, you can even pull off the jowl if you wanted to, but I found out later they didn't want to, and I'll tell you why in a moment. So they bring them in and, open the box. By the way, hog jowl, some of the best meat you'll ever eat in your entire life. It's unbelievable. Anyway, so they bring them in boxes, right? Anonymous boxes. They do them so that you don't know who the teams are or whatever. And we judge on taste, tenderness, and appearance.
Isn't that a Michael Bolton song?
Yeah, taste, touch, and appearance. Yes, just like time, love, and tenderness, Rogers. So you knew I was going to go there. I was thinking it, even though I hadn't said it. So yeah, we present the box and we judge on appearance. And I had to kind of tell them how to do it because none of them are certified judges. So I was like, look, before we dig into anything, let's judge appearance. How does it look in the box? Does it look appetizing? Is it something that you would look at and want to eat? Right? So we'd hold the box up. Everyone would judge appearance. Right? Then you'd pull out a piece of each of the 3 muscle groups and you taste it. And again, saw some loins that were overcooked because, again, the loin dries out really fast. It's a very quick cooking muscle. So we kind of saw some of that. We pulled the loin. Most everyone put a loin in there. Most everyone had a little pulled pork, probably from the shoulder. And then some of them had some dark meat from like maybe a leg or something. And so we had a whole thing. We judged them. Got them done. There were some that were, I thought, really, really good. I was very impressed with. There were some that were really bad. Rogers, one box opened up and it looked like a bunch of turkey. Like it was pale, pale, pale white which
It's not supposed
pork is supposed to have a little pink color to it. You know, that means that the smoke's gotten in there a little bit. There's, pork's supposed to have some color. Now, a couple of folks pulled out slices from the top, which mean you had some skin in there, which is great because the skin, after you smoke a whole hog that long, kind of gets to be sort of that crackling, even though it's not fried. It gets to be a little that crispy, which is really good. But the problem is that part closest to the skin dries out the fastest. So we had all kind of variety, and all was good. None of it was inedible. None of it was stuff you were spitting out or anything. It was all good, good basically examples of how to cook pulled pork. So we did that, and then Rogers, they hit me with, so we're in a little room, kind of at the back of the Elks Club near the back door, and then they were handing us the entries from inside one of the main rooms that was through a door. Well, then they turn around, Rogers, and they go, hey, by the way, y'all have to judge tables. And I was like, excuse me? Like, I'm a barbecue judge, not a table judge. So what every table did is they went in, they decorated their table with a theme, and they laid their whole hog out on the table. Wow. So there were 9 tables with whole hogs laid out on the table. And so, Rogers, I'm going to show you a couple pictures of that. I did post these on my page, and I think I did share them with the Netherton show page. So there was one that was kind of a patriotic theme. That was a Hawaii, I think, luau kind of theme. He had little sunglasses on, and they had pineapples down his back. There was one. So this, Rogers, was the cop team, and so it was a pig with donuts on top of it. They did that. No one else did. That was their choice. And they actually shredded basically all the meat and then put donuts on top of it. Yeah. Then there was the Darth Vader pig, Darth Hog, I called him. They also had inflatable lightsabers and some other stuff around. I think I took there's the wider shot of their table. They had lightsabers and various Star Wars things, which of course I gave a 5 to because I'm a Star Wars guy. And then the last one that I really liked was a military theme when they had a giant helicopter with little toy soldiers around on the thing. I gave that one a 5 as well. And Rogers, at the end, they gave us a judge's gift, which apparently they had not done before. They gave us a cutting board, which said Elks number 122 Luau 2023, and it was a pig on a spit. There you go. So that was our judge's gift, which was really nice.
Oh, what is that again?
It's a cutting board.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that was a great gift. So as it turns out, Rogers, Karen's husband listens to the show a bunch, and that's how he knew about me and how he suggested to her that maybe they get me as a judge. And so sure enough, I came in and enjoyed it. Really had a great time. I told them I would love to come back next year and do it again. Apparently they try to keep the identities of the judges secret, which is kind of funny because I guess the thought process is they don't want the judges to be compromised in any way, right, with one of the teams coming in. And the problem is, though, it's a blind judging. It's a blind tasting. They bring in a box that's got a color on it. It's like, here's the red box. Well, how am I supposed to know what team the red box has? You know what I mean? So there would be now in the past, Rogers, in some of the high dollar barbecue competitions, teams would try to mark their box, and they would tell a judge like, hey, our box is the one that's going to have like a little pencil mark up in the top right or whatever. So they try to do that, but it's the people that do these that take care of the judging are very smart and figure that stuff out really quickly, and so it doesn't really work. So we kind of they suss that stuff out. It's not. But anyway, just a fantastic event. Karen and her crew really did such a great job. I got to hang around for a little bit afterwards and kind of mingle a bit, which was awesome. Got to meet her husband, which was great. It really was. And kudos to them for it being such a great event. that raising money to help with homeless veterans. That's you can't find a cause that's much more better than that, or much better than that. So, man, I was absolutely floored by just how impressive the whole scenario was. And Rogers, they had a Hawaiian dressing contest, basically, who had the best Hawaiian costume or whatever. So people were in there. They had leis on. There were a lot of flowery shirts, Hawaiian shirts. Just all around a terrific, a really fantastic event. So kudos to Karen and her crew and there were a lot of folks that were there helping to make it all happen. Just really neat. I believe Kat was the one that was helping Karen assist us. I'm terrible with names, as you know, Rogers. Just a quality event, and I can't recommend it enough. If you know someone that's a member of the Elks, get involved, especially with that luau event, because you can bring guests. They have the pool open, so you can go swim and all that. Although, Rogers, that was the day when the rains came, when it flooded. No, I wasn't doing it. I was no. I wasn't doing a lyric there, Roger. I was just saying that was. I know. Here comes the rain again, Roger.
Oh God, no! I already got a song.
No, it was no. But remember the nasty, really flooding storm that we had come through on Saturday. I had to go out to my truck in that. It was bad, like really bad. So, yeah, we had to deal with that. But it was, all in all, a fantastic event. I really was so honored to be invited. Yeah, it was really just a terrific event, and I would love to go and do it again. Hey, there's me, Rogers, on the TV. Rogers, I don't know if you know this. I'm on ESPN Plus and YouTube.
Thank you, Mr. Know-It-All.
I just love that you're freaked out about the fact that we're on television right there. It's well, I'll tell you where I ate dinner last night. It'll same place as the infamous last lunch. The Last Supper, yeah. Basically.
Jesus, yes. Well,
yeah, huh? So we're again, we're up on YouTube. If you want to follow us there, that's the way to do it. You can subscribe to the channel while you're there. That would be cool. But yeah, we're up on the YouTube channel today, and we're going to do this for the rest of the week. Going to kind of see how it goes, and then after the week, I'll make a call. I'm leaning towards staying on the YouTube channel. But again, I don't know. I also don't know just how draconian they are with the music, so we'll try to keep the music shorter just to see. And then maybe I don't know. Yeah, who knows? Well, I mean, once we're off, yeah, I'm kind of curious actually to know when they cut it off. I don't know at this point. So it appears that the HUD's got the live chat up. Trey said live chat check. James said his crazy hair, he got it cut. Yeah, you didn't get it cut like me.
No.
It's still big and bushy. Yeah, it's still big and bushy. It's just not as long anymore. It's not like you turned it high and tight like I do or anything. You didn't have that going on. You can always tell, Rogers, the guys that are in front of the camera versus the guys behind the camera.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we have to stay cleaned up at all times. So now, Rogers, you're on TV.
Uh-oh.
Look at you.
Well, unless I choose to be.
James says, please stay here, I beg of you. Again, likely going to do that, if only because you can watch YouTube without an account. On Facebook, you have to have a Facebook account in order to watch. And so that's why I'm thinking about just staying with YouTube, because you don't have, like, Rogers, we're watching this, and this isn't signed into any account right now. This is it'd be the same thing as if you just pulled up YouTube on your phone. You don't have a YouTube account. If you just pulled up YouTube right now and searched for my show, you could go watch it without an account. It's just open to anybody who wants to watch. A whole new world. Yeah, there it is. Peebo Bryson and Regina Bell?
I
do not know because I have it in the button bar.
Okay, let me look it up real quick.
Peebo Bryson's
It's
right,
definitely a Peebo Bryson.
The second one's right.
New World.
Bryson and
Peebo Bryson and Regina Bell. Look at me go. Look at me go. Well, the only reason I know that is because it was so popular there for like a year, and I would always hear Peebo Bryson and Regina Bell.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So, Rogers, why don't we take a break? We'll come back, introduce the show. We'll get into the.
I looked up.
Yeah, I know. We'll get into the golf stuff. We'll get into the NCAA regionals. We'll talk some NBA. And again, there you go. And again, YouTube channel. Go find it. Watch us. That's where we are today. It's the Patrick Netherton Show.
Bobby L. Green Plumbing has been in business for over 6 decades, 60-plus years. That's remarkable, since technology is always shifting and times change. Not only has Bobby L. Green Plumbing survived, they adapted to the modern marketplace, and they've thrived. Green Plumbing can spot trouble faster and repair it quicker using the latest technology. That eliminates your discomfort and saves you money. Bobby L. Green, the Green Team, the plumbing team you like best.
If you're looking for the finest in seafood, the finest in steaks, and a beautiful ambiance, you're looking for Two John Steak and Seafood, 2151 Airline Drive in Bossier City. It is absolutely spectacular, from the New Orleans-style courtyard to the ambiance of the bar to the elegance of the dining room. The best steaks, the best seafood, one of the best wine lists in town, and don't forget Friday lunch, where you can have a beautiful ribeye burger, just the tastiest one in town. It's Two John Steak and Seafood, and make sure you tell Big John we said hello.
Gentle with the nail trimmers. You mustn't nip the quick.
Short-staffed, Marco needs to fetch some help now.
The poodle has to look like a bear. Scruffy to fluffy.
He needs a groomer that will be the bark of the town.
Please hold. Has anyone groomed a chinchilla before?
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. Okay, easy now. You're teaching your kid how to parallel park. Ouch! Turns out he likes to do it by feel. Don't worry, eBay Motors has bumpers, trunk lids, license plate holders, and headlights. They've got lots of headlights. When you need parts, get it right the first time with eBay Guaranteed Fit. When you see the check, you know that part's gonna fit. eBay Motors. Let's ride. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
With summer savings at the Home Depot, we'll get your kitchen clicking. With top brand appliances, like a new GE refrigerator with internal water dispenser for a crisp, cool glass of water every time. Or a GE oven with built-in air fryer for healthier, crispier options with no preheating. Plus, with convenient shopping in-store and online at the Home Depot, your innovative new appliances are just a click away, too. Final days to save up to 30% on select appliances plus $300 off select refrigerators at the Home Depot ends June 7th. Pricing valid May 18th through June 7th, 2023. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
Streaming June 8th on Peacock, a new original series called Based on a True Story.
She is the victim of the West Side Ripper. It's him. I know my killers.
Variety listed among the most anticipated shows of the summer.
What if we make a podcast about this? We could bring him in on it.
Bring the killer in on what?
The podcast.
From the Emmy Award-nominated producer of The Boys and the Emmy Award-nominated executive producer of Ozark.
Are you in danger?
I know I'm hiding something.
We are in too deep.
Starring Kaylee Cuoco and Chris Messina. A new original series called Based on a True Story. Only on Peacock.
We're going to celebrate every day, all month long.
Okay, I get it, but I'm kind of tired of celebrating. Like,
we're
how
gonna
is
celebrate.
it? Oh, okay. So
it's the Jeep celebration event.
I get
There's
it.
a lot to celebrate.
I understand, but is it just going to be like every time somebody buys a Jeep, we're just both going to be like,
all day, all night long. I'm not going to sleep until we're done celebrating. We're going to celebrate the fact that Landers has $6,750 off a 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Limited two-wheel drive. That is something to celebrate about. How about the fact that Landers also has $3,500 off MSRP on 2023 Jeep Gladiator Sports in stock? We're going to celebrate that. How about we celebrate the fact that we've got all kinds of Jeeps, all shapes of Jeeps, all sizes of Jeeps, all during the Jeep celebration event. So if you want to drive away in your new Jeep, come see us today at Landers during the Jeep celebration event happening all month long. And remember, if it doesn't say Landers, you probably pay too much. With approved credit. Based on stock number P8783419, West Finance Crash Capital CD with details.
It's almost here. The return of Shreveport's Comic-Con, GeekedCon. this August at the Shreveport Convention Center. Hurry and get your tickets today. Johnny's Pizza Ultimate VIP tickets have already sold out. There are a limited number of Johnny's Pizza swag passes still available. Buy your tickets today at geekcon.com. This year, you can meet legendary filmmaker Kevin Smith, along with Superman actor Brandon Routh, WWE Hall of Famer and Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle, from Doctor Who, John Barrowman, NFL Hall of Famer Bob Lilly, along with stars from Harry Potter, Disney, Star Wars, and more. Not only can you meet these stars, but you can hear them tell stories inside the U.S. Army panel room. Stay up to date by downloading the GeekCon app, brought to you by Landers, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. Keep an eye out for special pre-GeekCon parties at Bears on Fairfield and Shreveport. See the full lineup and get ticket info at geekcon.com.
103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger.
Floating through the airwaves like smooth hickory smoke. Patrick Netherton.
Yeah, let's go. It's a Patrick Netherton show, 1130 The Tiger. Woo! Throws his jacket. Then like a minute and a half later, it comes back. Patrick Netherton show, 1130 The Tiger. That guy's Rogers. I'm Patrick. Don't forget, we're over on YouTube now. YouTube, go check us out. That's where we're doing the live stream. By the way, James says he wants us to stay here, if not for the fact that they won't end your live video when they hear a picosecond of Kiss. Plus, the player is 100% better, like the video player. Yeah, and I actually upped the bit rate on everything as well, so it should look a little better. Should look a little clearer over here. So there you go. On hanging out over on the YouTube channel. So go check us out. All right. Let's introduce the show. It's a Patrick Netherton show, 1130 The Tiger. He's Rogers. I'm Patrick. Rogers, I got to tell you about my shorts coming up here in just a second. Okay. It won't take long, but I do have to tell you about that in the midst of all the crazy other things we have going on, because I know y'all haven't heard enough opinions on the LIV and PGA merger, which we'll talk about here in just a second. He's Rogers. I'm Patrick. Ways to get in touch with the show. You can call us at 318-320-1130, 318-320-1130. Hello. And text us on the Bobby L. Green Plumbing text line. If you're watching the YouTube, Roger, you see the Bobby L. Green Plumbing logo right up there in the corner, along with Two John Steak and Seafood. By the way, Big John's been off on vacation, and apparently Little John has gone with him and has been cooking the whole time. So they've had some crazy good meals while they're off. You know, they're doing steak au poivre and all that stuff, like highfalutin stuff. When I go on vacation, Rogers, I'm like, oh, let's go to Hooters. But they're doing real, like they do at Two Johns, by the way. So if you want to text us, 318-657-0HAM, 318-657-0426 is the phone. Bobby L. Green Plumbing text line. You can also find us now, Rogers, via YouTube. That's right, not Facebook anymore, YouTube. And
still the eye in the sky?
Oh yeah, no, it's everything's the same, Roger. Same camera, same graphics, same. All we're doing is just sending it to YouTube instead of Facebook, because it's a little more approachable, a little bigger, and a little more open, right? Again, you don't have to have an account to watch something on YouTube. You can just watch it. You don't have to have it, like on Facebook, you have to have an account to watch something. So it just makes it a little easier. So now follow us on YouTube. You can subscribe to the channel if you want. You don't have to. Again, that's the cool thing with YouTube. You don't have to subscribe or follow or like or anything to be on the stream. We'd appreciate it if you did, if you subscribed. The more numbers we get, the better reach we get. That helps. So if you want to subscribe, please feel free. But we will try our best to. Again, we're going to do YouTube for the remainder of the week, and then we will kind of take it from there, and see what's going on. I think honestly, now that Rogers knows we can watch the show on the TV in here, that might be the selling point for him on the whole thing. Is now he gets to watch himself on television. I'm just waiting on you to randomly get up and wave at the camera, and then watch yourself get up and wave at the camera. 20. So yeah, Rogers. The best part is, Rogers walked in and was like mugging for the camera when he walked in, and then went around and waited the 20-second delay for him to show up on the screen walking into the studio. It was great. It was great. Yeah, it's great. By the way, I believe this is Jeff, if I had to guess. Said, man, it's so much better over here on YouTube. It's fall off the bone good. Rogers, damn it, now I got to go back to Facebook. He said the magic words. All right, I guess we'll be on Facebook tomorrow. James said, you don't have to subscribe, but you absolutely should. Hit the bell, too. Now, Rogers hit the bell multiple times now. All right, so we are on the YouTube channel. Go over and subscribe. If you want to share it. We'd love to have more folks tuning in on YouTube. That would be awesome. If we could get that to happen. We also get to watch on TV in here in the studio, and that's freaking Rogers out, which is cool. We're also on Twitter, if you'd like to find us there. At Netherton Show is the main Twitter feed. He would be at Heyboy Rogers. I would be at PT Netherton. Also available, can you turn my headphones down just a touch, Raj? Appreciate it. Thank you. We're also available on the app. 1130 The Tiger. Search for it on Google Play or your iTunes App Store, and you can listen to us in crystal clear HD audio. And now, some 46 minutes after the show began.
Hey, boy. Hey, boy.
Hi, man.
Hello.
Rogers, what a crazy day today is in so many ways.
Yes, you have no idea.
Yeah.
The continual crazy wave I've been on, man.
Hambones been dealing with it. Computer, hard drive finally gave up the ghost. Would you say 2014? So 9-year-old hard drive.
2014, that was full of dust.
Yeah, and so that hard drive finally gave it up, and they had to bring in a new one.
The resetting and rebooting just did not finally work. After about the fourth time Monday morning, I went, I think we're kind of in trouble.
So Hambone we had to get a new hard drive. I say we. I didn't have anything to do with it. I didn't even know what was going on. I was at home. But Hambone had to get a new hard drive, got it all set up, and we're good. And then just in time for us to get brand new computers to in the new studio.
I know.
When we go in there.
I know. That's what was. I was like, man, we almost made it to the finish line with this whole stuff.
Looks like we made it, Raj.
Yeah.
So everything good otherwise, though, other than the insanity at work? You okay? Everything good?
Everything's all right.
LSU made it into the Supers.
Yeah.
Despite, I still can't believe they threw Skeens in game one.
Turns out
it worked out great because
now he's got 8 days of rest.
Right, and it turns out that if he had thrown on Saturday, he would have probably thrown 4 innings or whatever they got out of Floyd before the rain delay hit.
That would have been bad.
And so you would, instead of getting a complete game win out of him, you would have gotten 4 or 5 innings, and he'd have been done.
Yeah,
and that wouldn't have been good.
This has worked out perfect. They hardly used their bullpen, which has been their bugaboo all year, and their offense showed up. So maybe the guy that they hired knows a little bit about baseball, and maybe he knows his team a little better and all the Tiger Tommies, Bayou Bengals.
Yeah, Bayou Billies, Tiger Tommy, Timmys, whatever.
Bayou,
Billies.
This guy was hired for a reason. Let him coach his team.
So the one thing I will say is, and Dave Neal and Ben McDonald, who were doing the regional, I thought did a really nice job.
I like both of them.
They did a really nice job of kind of showing how this was the plan all along. And they mentioned that in the previous start, he threw like 30 fewer pitches than he normally would have. Then they gave him an extra day of rest and threw him a day earlier, and so that he ended up having 8 days of rest going into this start because they knew that they were likely going to stretch him out and have him throw a lot of pitches and throw a complete game if he could. He ended up doing it with 120 something.
Yeah, he did.
So they did a really nice job of sort of showing how that was the plan going in, because they had started this plan 2 weeks ago where they were, they pulled him out. They didn't throw him as long as they normally would. They gave him an extra day of rest. All of that stuff that combined to, hey, this means we knew first game of the regional, we're running him out there, and he's going to have to go a long way. And he did. He ended up throwing the complete game.
Yeah, you can't waste having two of the top MLB draft picks another year in a row, and one of the best pitchers you're ever going to see. You got to use him while you can because he's not going to be back. So you really needed to at least get to the Super Regionals. But now he's got it set up to where if they play like they did and the offense shows up like it did, they should at least get to Omaha.
You would think
that's
so.
The main goal.
Yeah, it feels like they're – and now, of course, with the regional being on Saturday – it actually means that Skeens gets another extra day of rest since he threw on Friday, and he obviously would want it because he threw 120 pitches, and that makes sense that he'd want an extra day of rest. So it works out perfectly. Not so great for us, we're looking for a Friday afternoon off, but didn't get that. Although it likely was going to be. Mostly, it probably was going to be a night game anyway. It's probably going to be a 7:00 game anyway. By the way, Karen did send us a note on Facebook, Rogers, and said the reason that they had the anonymous judging because they used to pick people from the lodge to judge. And they did just what you mentioned about marking boxes, etc. So we changed to this option. So they're bringing in people from outside of the Elks to judge. So that way it kind of keeps it fun as well, since they don't know who the judges will be. They said they also pay for the hogs. Elks does. They give them the hogs. They pay for them. And that the program that they're fundraising for is called the Homeless Veterans Program. It's a national program. Said that most of the veterans live in veteran homes trying to transition back into normal full-time housing. So there you go. Again, great cause. Highly encourage you, if you get an opportunity to help it out, do it. Because that's a great cause. Again, and I know not all the veterans are homeless and all that, but we shouldn't, veterans shouldn't have to if they went out and fought for this country, you shouldn't have to want for much of anything, in my opinion. You should be good to go. All right. So obviously the big news that came down that we'll get to coming up in the 4:00 hour is the PGA Tour and Live Golf, along with the DP World Tour, announcing that they are merging. What does it mean, Basil? That's kind of the question everyone seems to want to have answered. Apparently the PGA Tour did not bother to tell any of the players that they were doing this. After they had, gone to the players, and the players had all kind of referendums and meetings about, loyalty and staying on the tour and all that. And so now it feels like, and again, we do not know because they haven't. Basically, what it amounts to is the Saudis, the PIF, the player whatever fund, whatever that thing is, the PIF. Is basically now becoming the sole financier of whatever the new tour is. And they don't have a name for it yet. Whatever the new combined tour is, the Saudi Arabian money, the $1 billion that they have a hold of, is going to be the sole financier of that thing, of the tour. The PGA Tour is apparently still going to retain all of the controlling aspects of it. They're going to have all, they're going to have most of the board members. They're going to have the majority stakehold of it. So it's not like the Saudis are going to come in and have controlling interest of it. They're just going to provide a lot of the money. And so it ends up being a whole lot of hypocrisy. With all of the, we don't want to take the blood money. And here's the thing, Rogers, who comes out looking great? Rory McIlroy. Because he had nothing to do with any of this. He was railing against it. The PGA was propping him out there to rail against the deal. And then they basically went behind his back and struck a deal with the Live. And so he gets to go, well, hey, I didn't have anything to do with this. See? Oh, no, it's going to be bad. It's going to be a bloodbath within the PGA. But Rory comes out looking great because he can still say, look, I was on the moral high ground. I said my piece. I didn't think we should take the blood money and all of that. And, the PGA went around behind our back. And again, it's the PGA Tour that did this, not the PGA. They're two different things. One is the PGA of America. One is the PGA Tour. Remember that these are not the same entity. So basically they can come through and say, hey, the players can say we had nothing to do with this. This was not our thing. We're dead set against it. Will not be surprised if Jay Monahan loses his job over this because he kept calling the meetings of the PGA Tour players. Hey, stick together. Don't go with them. Stay with us. By the way, Rogers, I found out today, I didn't know this, that Sam Burns apparently had a $100 million offer for the LIV. That it was a group. I saw a tweet that had a list of various golfers and what they basically had, the offers that they had, and showed the ones that turned it down. And apparently Sam Burns turned down. Now again, this is take it with a grain of salt, but allegedly Sam Burns turned down $100 million guaranteed to stay and play on the PGA Tour. So yeah, this is the next PGA Tour members meeting. Is going to be real wild. Like, that's one of those things I would, if they did a pay-per-view on that thing, I would pay to watch it. Because it is going to be an absolute bloodbath. And again, would not be surprised if Monahan loses his job over this. Because again, you can't come out one side and say, oh, the LIV Tour is evil and bad and they're taking the blood money from the Saudis, and then turn around and take the blood money from the Saudis a year later. Like, you just can't do it. It is hypocrisy at its finest. The one thing I will say is by not having the players in on it, and none of them apparently knew about it, it apparently was as hush-hush as it could have been. By the way, Rogers, did you see that that Jay Monahan and the Saudi guy did an interview with CNBC that was recorded, and CNBC held it until the news was released. And then they aired that interview with the two of them talking about the merger, which is pretty crazy. That's insane to consider. So basically what it amounted to was the LIV Tour wanted a big source of money to come in, and they got a big source of money to come in. And it turns out it was the blood money that they were railing on the LIV Golf people for taking to start with. Let's get a couple texts, and then we'll get to the break. Hyrel said today's the anniversary of D-Day. Yes. Astros fan said looks and sounds good on YouTube. Thank you. Zud said the live chat wasn't working on the YouTube broadcast, but then he figured it out. He's got the YouTube broadcast working, so that's good. He's got the live chat. Again, you can live chat with us on the YouTube broadcast if you want. We take those as well. Jamie G sent an image, and apparently he was having a problem signing in for the live chat. I don't know what to tell you, brother. I'm not sure. I hope it's fixed now. I think it's fixed now. Zud chatted, and everybody else was chatting, so I'm not 100% sure. Pumpman said, how did they decide on who starts the Super on Friday versus Saturday? I think it was ESPN, right? Isn't it ESPN's call? That hey, let's set up the games, the ones that have more interest, we put, later on. The Friday games, Duke at Virginia at noon. These are all, so I'll translate them to Central Time. Duke at Virginia at 11 a.m., Indiana State at TCU at 4 p.m., South Carolina at Florida at 5 p.m. on ESPN2, and Oral Roberts at Oregon on ESPNU. All those are on ESPNU except for South Carolina, Florida, which is on ESPN2. Oral Roberts, Oregon is at 7 p.m. on the U. Then on Saturday, Alabama at number 1 Wake Forest is at 11 a.m. on ESPN. Tennessee at Southern Miss is 2 o'clock on the U. Kentucky at number 5 LSU is 2 o'clock on ESPN2. And then it finishes up with Texas at number 8 Stanford at 5 o'clock on ESPN2. All right, Roger, let's get a break. I know you like to get that break in before the 4 o'clock hour, so at least we can show that, yeah, I know, we're right there. Let's go ahead and do it. We got, Roger, we got 35 seconds before the 4 o'clock hour, so we'll get out of here. We'll be back to talk more PGA, more college baseball, NBA, whatever you want. We'll be back.
Oh, beautiful, for heroes prove.
Bobby L. Green Plumbing has been in business for over 6 decades, 60 plus years. That's remarkable, since technology is always shifting and times change. Not only has Bobby L. Green Plumbing survived, they adapted to the modern marketplace, and they've thrived. Green Plumbing can spot trouble faster and repair it quicker using the latest technology. That eliminates your discomfort and saves you money. Bobby L. Green, the Green Team, the plumbing team you like best.
If you're looking for the finest in seafood, the finest in steaks, and a beautiful ambiance, you're looking for Two John's Steak and Seafood, 2151 Airline Drive in Bossier City. It is absolutely spectacular, from the New Orleans-style courtyard to the ambiance of the bar to the elegance of the dining room. The best steaks, the best seafood, one of the best wine lists in town, and don't forget Friday lunch, where you can have a beautiful ribeye burger, just the tastiest one in town. It's Two John's Steak and Seafood, and make sure you tell Big John we said hello.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Tired of wasting your money on testosterone booster products that just don't work? We don't blame you. That's why Nugenix Total T lets you try before you buy. Just text HOT to 369-369 to claim your complimentary sample. Why have millions of men already trusted Nugenix for a man-boosting increase in their testosterone levels? Well, nothing else is like it. It contains testofen, a patented key ingredient shown to work. Nugenix Total T boosts free and total testosterone levels to help you feel better at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom. It's the #1 doctor-recommended brand, and #1 at GNC, and #1 at Walmart. But don't take our word for it. Try before you buy. If it works, keep using it. If not, keep the sample. You've got nothing to lose, but you could gain energy, muscle, drive, even more passion. Text HOT to 369-369. Do it now, and we'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever. Absolutely free. Text HOT to 369-369.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
1130 The Tiger, your home for LSU sports, powered by Jack Spring Electric.
Hi, I'm Ava Cates, Secretary of the Louisiana Workforce Commission, and I'm so excited to welcome you to the Tech Ready Louisiana program. Tech Ready Louisiana is a tool for everyone. We are pleased to partner with Coursera, an online learning platform to provide Louisianians access to over 6,000 free courses to help you navigate a tech-ready world. You can access Coursera by visiting our website or visit one of our local offices. Are you tech ready? Let's get started.
Sponsored by the Louisiana Workforce Commission.
Here's Howie Long for Skechers hands-free slip-in footwear.
The world has gone hands-free. However, if you want to put on a pair of sneakers, you still need to bend down and help your feet in. Until now. Introducing Skechers hands-free slip-in footwear. You don't need to reach down to help your heel in. You just step into them and off you go. So what's the secret? Well, there's a special smooth comfort pillow in the heel that helps your foot slide into place. And they stay on just like a pair of laced-up sneakers.
Get hands-free slip-ins at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever stylish footwear is sold.
With summer savings at the Home Depot, we have laundry appliances that just fit. Fit your space, fit your needs, and fit your budget. Like a new LG laundry set with 6-motion technology, using different wash motions to get clothes cleaner. And sensor dry to automatically adjust drying time, all making laundry quicker, cleaner, and easier on your clothes. Final days to save up to 30% on select appliances plus $100 off select laundry sets at the Home Depot ends June 7th. Pricing valid May 18th through June 7th, 2023. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
As a dentist, I know what my patients are saying when they really can't speak. She says her gums have been bleeding. Is there anything you can do? Absolutely. You can try New Crest Gum Detoxify and Restore. Yup, New Crest Gum Detoxify and Restore is professionally designed to start healing gums from day one. Right. Healthy gums, healthy mouth.
Crest Gum Detoxify and Restore. Smile. Crest has you covered.
Tiger weather now.
Well, hazy sunshine to start. On the watch for some showers and thunderstorms late this afternoon at 88. Thunderstorm chance this evening, then partly cloudy overnight tonight, low 68. Repeat performance again tomorrow. Mix of clouds and afternoon shower, high 90. Pop-up thunderstorm on Thursday, high 94. Richard DeWettig of the Weather Channel.
KWKH and K277DO Shreveport, 103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger. Bossier City's home for LSU Sports, a Town Square Media station.
Let's get to the meat of the matter with producer Rogers Hampton.
Hey, boy!
Here's your master of ceremonies, Patrick Netherton.
Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger. Rogers and Patrick. That's us. We're over on YouTube today, so again, if you are used to watching us instead of listening to us, or watching and listening, I guess, we're on the YouTube channel today, which is kind of freaking Rogers out because he gets to watch himself on TV now. Or at least when he chooses to stand up and be seen. Otherwise, he's hiding behind the graphic. Right now, Rogers is just the Patrick Netherton Show. Again, you can find us on YouTube, on Twitter, the app, all of those places. You can also get in touch with us. Call us at 318-320-1130, 320-1130. You can also text us on the Bobby L. Green Plumbing text line, 318-657-0HAM, 318-657-0426. Don't forget, we're also brought to you by not only Bobby L. Green Plumbing, but also Two John's Steak and Seafood, 2151 Airline Drive, just north of the railroad tracks in Bossier, Get Down City. They are open, Rogers. We missed yesterday, which is when they're closed, since we were off for the LSU game. They are open and good to go, ready to bring in all of your fancy dinners and even your lunches on Friday. All available to you at Two John's Steak and Seafood. Just go check them out. It's a fantastic place to go and enjoy a meal. Again, just if you're just hankering for a good steak, a good piece of fish. Rogers, they got their Copper River salmon back, which I know you're excited about. Rogers, big salmon guy. So the Copper River salmon is back. And again, fantastic operation all the way around, whether you're celebrating a big event, an anniversary, something like that, or you're just hanging out and want to have a good meal. Two John's Steak and Seafood is the place for you. The wine list is incredible. You definitely want to make sure that you go and check out the wine list. It is second to none. We cannot encourage you more highly. The mixed drinks and, of course, all the food is amazing. Two John's Steak and Seafood, 2151 Airline Drive. And, of course, when you go in, Big John's not there right now. He's been on vacation. But when you go in and someone comes by, tell them you heard about it on the Patrick Netherton Show. We'd appreciate it. All right, Rogers, I do have to tell you a quick story. So a buddy of mine, who is a big dude, not big fat, big tall. He's about my height, maybe even a little bit taller than I am, and a big golfer, huge golfer, plays golf. Was actually at one point, I think, may have been on one of the mini tours, like was a pro at one point, and he's kind of my go-to, scramble. If I need a ringer for a scramble, he's kind of my go-to guy. Well, he posted on Facebook the other day that he'd lost some weight and he was getting rid of some clothes. And did anyone have a 42-inch waist? Because that's what he was getting rid of. Well, Rogers, I have been losing weight as well, except I started at a much larger place than he did. He's lost weight down to under a 42. I've lost weight, and I'm kind of at like a 42, 44 waist right now. So I said, you know what? If you've got some stuff, I'll take it. Like, yeah, bring it on. So Rogers, he said, all right, what about shirts? Like, and I'm like, well, 3X, or a big 2X, I can wear that, but normally 3X is pretty comfy. And he said, all right, well, we were going to meet on Saturday, and then, of course, it was nasty weather, so we decided to meet on Sunday. And Rogers, he hands me one of those giant black garbage bags, like the big industrial, like leaf bags, full of clothes. Hambone, if I'm lying, and he said, just get ready. He's like, you're going to have more shorts than you know what to do with. Rogers, if I'm lying, I'm dying. I started trying everything on because I wanted to see what fit and what I wanted to keep, and I, of course, was going to wash everything. Rogers, I think he had 15 pairs of shorts in that bag. And I want to say of those 15 pair, 11 or 12 of them were khaki shorts. So that's what I'm wearing today. Yeah. I'm going to stand up. I'm going to do a Ben Marshall real quick. So, Rogers, I got these khaki shorts on. They're like stretchy. They're kind of like athletic fabric, sort of, and they're stretchy. But they're super comfy. And so after I tried everything on, Rogers, because I was down to 2 pairs, like really 2 good pairs. Oh, there you go, Rogers. There I am showing off. There you go. So, Rogers, I was down to probably 2 pairs of shorts that were kind of comfortable and fit. And now I'm up to like 11 all of a sudden. And he hooked me up, and plus some shirts. I got some new shirts out of the deal. Like it was also, dude hooked me up, man. And Rogers, I can't tell you how key that is when you're losing weight, which I'm trying to lose this last 20 pounds or so, 20, 25 pounds. I can't tell you how big it is to be able to get some hand-me-down clothes while you're going through that, because I don't want to buy a whole bunch of new clothes and then in 6-8 months be too small for them or have them be too big for me. So I got me some new clothes, new to me anyway, and feeling good, Rogers, feeling good. They're kind of stretchy, so they don't, they're very comfy, and they're all like. They all have elastic waistbands, like they have some elastic within the waistband, so there's a little bit of give. Because I'm not really a 42, I'm probably like a 43. But the ones with the elastic waistbands make it happen. So big thanks to my boy for hooking it up. All right, if you want to reach us, you can. Feel free to send us a text on the Bobby L. Green Plumbing text line. I'm curious for golf fans out there, does this in any way affect your viewing, liking, interest in any way of what's going down on the PGA Tour? That's what I'd really like to know. Will this affect anything that you feel about the PGA Tour, Live Golf, whatever? So I think the main issue here, Rogers, and I think this was the point in the memo that Jay Monahan sent out to the PGA Tour members. He said, one of the points he said was, this ends all pending litigation. Like, So do you kind of like Trump had a thing this morning yesterday after his attorneys met with the special counsel or whatever, and Trump had a big screed on Truth Mobile or Truth Social or whatever it is, talking about how, it's a witch hunt and you can't believe charges are going to be filed. Like, okay, so now we know charges are going to be filed. Obviously, that's what went down in that meeting. So there was litigation pending between Liv and PGA Tour, and so I'm wondering how much that played into this of, hey, does the PGA think that they're not going to win this? Right? And so to get out in front of it, they go ahead and make the agreement. So Jay Monahan on CNBC said, quote, there's been a lot of tension in our sport over the last couple of years. What we're talking about today is coming together to unify the game of golf and to do so under one umbrella. We recognize that together we can have a far greater impact on this game than we can working apart. The game of golf is better for what we've done here today. Apparently, no one on the PGA Tour, none of the players knew about it, heard about it, rumors about it, nothing. Which just goes to show you, and this is again, Roger, remember when the story broke about Oklahoma and Texas joining the SEC, and we had heard nothing about that at all? That it had been, the negotiations had gone on for months and months and months, and we had heard nothing about it, and then suddenly the bombshell drops that Oklahoma and Texas are joining the SEC. It just goes to show you that when they really want to keep something quiet, they can. So anytime you hear something leaking sources tell me blah, 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 blah. Somebody has an agenda for leaking that. And so that's what you get. Colin Morikawa said, I love finding out morning news on Twitter. The just a bunch of stuff. One of the golfers, Byung-Hun An, said, I'm guessing the LIV teams were struggling to get sponsors and the PGA Tour couldn't turn down the money. A win-win for both tours, but it's a big loss for those who defended the tour for the last 2 years. Phil Mickelson tweeted, awesome day today. In the statement, the circuits said the parties have signed an agreement that, quote, combines PIF's golf-related commercial business and rights, including LIV Golf, with the commercial businesses and rights of the PGA Tour and DP World Tour into a new collectively owned for-profit entity to ensure that all stakeholders benefit from a model that delivers maximum excitement and competition among the game's best players. The three tours said they will work cooperatively and in good faith to establish a fair and objective process for any players who desire to reapply for membership with the PGA Tour or DP World Tour following the completion of the 2023 season. Monahan said, after 2 years of disruption and distraction, this is a historic day for the game we all know and love. Transformational partnership recognizes the immeasurable strength of the PGA Tour's history, legacy, and pro-competitive model and combines it with the DP World Tour and LIV, including the team golf concept, to create an organization that will benefit golf's players, commercial and charitable partners, and fans. So apparently, Rogers, they had a players' meeting today, about an hour ago. So I haven't checked Twitter to see if there's anything breaking about what may have been said at that players' meeting. But apparently today they had a players' meeting at 4 o'clock p.m., at 3 o'clock Central, 4 Eastern, wherein they, I guess, were going to talk about everything. So I don't know. A player told ESPN that the PGA Tour's Player Advisory Committee met with the USGA in Columbus on Sunday, said Monahan and the other PGA Tour executives attended that meeting. No discussion about a potential merger with LIV Golf. So they were absolutely quiet. That is crazy. LIV Golf would complete their schedule in 2023, which resumes later this month in Spain. Monahan said in a phone interview with the AP that, quote, they were going down their path, we were going down ours, and after a lot of introspection, you realize all this tension in the game is not a good thing. PGA Tour player reached by ESPN questioned why the merger needed to happen when, in his opinion, the PGA Tour was beating the LIV Golf League on the course and in the courts. The player said, quote, it's insanity. The LIV Tour was dead in the water. It wasn't working. Now you're throwing them a life jacket? Is the moral of the story to just always take the money? Callum Tarrant, ranked 159 in the world, told the Golf Channel it's disappointing being a PGA Tour member. The guys who stayed loyal to the PGA Tour, it's kind of a kick in the teeth for them. Obviously, Rory McIlroy was a huge advocate for the Tour, and now it looks like all of his hard work and sticking up for the PGA Tour was just left by the wayside. So there you go. Yasir Al-Rumayyan, who's the governor of Saudi Arabia's Sovereign Wealth Fund. And by the way, Greg Norman, not expected to be included in the new partnership. Hambone, I've got to believe that in order for the LIV players to come back to the Tour, there has to be a fine. I don't think the PGA Tour player is going to be cool with Phil Mickelson running off getting $500 million or whatever he got from LIV and then turning around and just bebopping back to the Tour. So my guess is if the LIV players want to rejoin the Tour, there's going to be some kind of financial penalty. Whether it be, my guess is it would probably be a percentage of whatever their guarantee was. because you can't penalize them for the money they make on the in a round of golf or in a tournament, but you could penalize them for the money that they got guaranteed. Right? Mickelson gets a $500 million. Let's say the penalty to come back is half of your guarantee. So Mickelson has to pay $250 million back. Is that going to be the case? I don't know. I've just got to imagine that the current PGA Tour players may not be okay with this unless there is some kind of financial penalty for the folks that walked away for the money, because the folks that didn't walk away for the money would feel kind of like idiots now, even though they also did not agree to take this money from the Saudis now. That's the complicating issue here is the PGA Tour membership agreed not to go. The folks that agreed to stay on the PGA Tour because they had whether it was some sort of a moral issue with the Saudi Arabians being involved, whether it was simply they just enjoyed being on the PGA Tour, whether it was a sense of loyalty and camaraderie, whatever it is, you basically just, as the player, Callum, whatever his name is, said, you just kicked them all in the teeth. You literally just kicked them all in the teeth and said, all right, don't worry about it. We're just going to go ahead and take this Saudi blood money anyway. So pretty wild. Pretty wild. Cookie Man said the PGA took the money just like the players who left for LIV did. For the love of money is the root of all evil. Yeah, I mean, it's, again, when Harold Varner says, look, I'm leaving for the money. All right, this is money I can't pass up. It's guaranteed. I don't have to, I don't have to go out and have the greatest week of my life to go win this money. It's guaranteed. It's in my bank account no matter what. I respect the hell out of Harold Varner for saying that. I don't respect the Dustin Johnsons and the Brooks Koepkas and the Phil Mickelsons who won't say that. Mickelson, I'm trying to grow the game. No, you're just trying to pay your gambling debts. You want $500 million because you know what? Who wouldn't? Right? You give Rogers $500 million, he'd take money from Hitler. I don't know if you'd take money from Hitler, Rogers, but I'm guessing you would. I mean, he's still going to drink the Bud Light with whatever the person is on it. By the way, Rogers, how hilarious is it that in response to the Bud Light having was it transgender or whatever person was on the can, Budweiser now has the Harley Davidsons on the can? All right, yeah, okay, I'm just going to say it might be a slight overcorrect. Maybe just a touch. Jamie G said the Roger Goodell of golf. Jeff said, look, people can disagree about things like prize money, tour stops, and secretly murdering journalists critical of the Saudi royal family. Can't we all just let bygones be bygones? Come on. Yeah, I do tend to agree with you on that. It is, again, we all kind of have known it's blood money. And that was the major moral issue with it, was that, if it was some up and up group, then, hey, maybe you don't leave because of you don't leave because you have some sort of, the loyalty to the PGA Tour. But because the blood money was there and the same family that killed a journalist, you can go through and say, yeah, now I have a moral reason for not taking the money. Not just a loyalty to the PGA Tour, which, that's what I'm on. I now have a moral reason to not take it. Well, then just to have the PGA Tour turn around and take the money. It's crazy. 903 said, I've always enjoyed playing golf and came up with Jack and Arnie as who I watched and looked up to because of their skill and integrity. Now it's all about money. Used to be that it was actually earned. I don't think I'll ever be able to enjoy it any longer. Well, there's the PGA Tour still doesn't have, they do have guaranteed money, but not like bonus money like the LIV does. They have so what they did is they basically put in an incentive program. And the incentive program was if you play in these however many events, I think it was 10, 12, something like that. If you agree to play in these various events, you will earn whatever, 10 million, 20, whatever it was. Irrespective of what you do in those tournaments, you'll earn that money for just simply showing up. And they were doing it as a way to get the stars to show up, in Memphis and at the John Deere and all these other tournaments that they might skip during the course of a season. And you were allowed one skip, that was not an excused doctor or whatever. Basically, one unexcused absence you were allowed. And, there was already talk. Rory's already used 2 of those. And so he's been docked like $9 million or something in guaranteed money. So, yeah, there's a definite way to pay those guys and give them guaranteed money. The difference is Liv was just basically handing it to them, come play on our tour and here's $500 million, whereas the PGA Tour had a system set up where we want you to make as many of these other tournaments as you can to try to increase the star factor that's going on. All right, Roger, I know we're late for a break. Let's take a break. Still going on the YouTube stream, so feel free to come over and chat with us over there. We'd love to have you. It's a Patrick Netherton Show, 1130 The Tiger.
Bobby L. Green Plumbing has been in business for over 6 decades, 60 plus years. That's remarkable since technology is always shifting and times change. Not only has Bobby L. Green Plumbing survived, they adapted to the modern marketplace and they've thrived. Green Plumbing can spot trouble faster and repair it quicker using the latest technology. That eliminates your discomfort and saves you money. Bobby L. Green, the Green Team. The plumbing team you like best.
If you're looking for the finest in seafood, the finest in steaks, and a beautiful ambiance, you're looking for Two John's Steak and Seafood, 2151 Airline Drive in Bossier City. It is absolutely spectacular, from the New Orleans-style courtyard to the ambiance of the bar to the elegance of the dining room. The best steaks, the best seafood, one of the best wine lists in town, and don't forget Friday lunch, where you can have a beautiful ribeye burger, just the tastiest one in town. It's Two John's Steak and Seafood, and make sure you tell Big John we said hello.
Hey, Jay, can you finish that induction range installation tomorrow?
Orders have really amped up at Nate's Electric.
We need to finish installing it first in Maine. Did we hear back from the grocery chain?
It's no shock he needs electricians, like yesterday.
Smart fridge. Everybody wants one of those these days.
Indeed can help him hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today? Thinking about washing your car? Right now, you can get the Armor All Ultimate Car Care Detailing 8-piece kit for only $25. That's soap, a wash mitt, wheel cleaner, tire shine, glass wipes, and interior wipes, all together in a bucket. Give your car the shine it deserves at the right price. Only at AutoZone.
Get in zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Texting enrolls you in recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Tired of wasting your money on testosterone booster products that just don't work? We don't blame you. That's why Nugenix Total T lets you try before you buy. Just text HOT to 369-369 to claim your complimentary sample. Why have millions of men already trusted Nugenix for a man-boosting increase in their testosterone levels? Well, nothing else is like it. It contains testofen, a patented key ingredient shown to work. Nugenix Total T boosts free and total testosterone levels to help you feel better at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom. It's the #1 doctor-recommended brand and #1 at GNC and #1 at Walmart. But don't take our word for it. Try before you buy. If it works, keep using it. If not, keep the sample. You've got nothing to lose, but you could gain energy, muscle, drive, even more passion. Text HOT to 369-369. Do it now, and we'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever. Absolutely free. Text HOT to 369-369.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
It's almost here. The return of Shreveport's Comic-Con, GeekCon, this August at the Shreveport Convention Center. Hurry and get your tickets today. Johnny's Pizza Ultimate VIP tickets have already sold out. There are a limited number of Johnny's Pizza swag passes still available. Buy your tickets today at geekcon.com. This year, you can meet legendary filmmaker Kevin Smith, along with Superman actor Brandon Routh, WWE Hall of Famer and Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle, from Doctor Who, John Barrowman, NFL Hall of Famer Bob Lilly, along with stars from Harry Potter, Disney, Star Wars, and more. Not only can you meet these stars, but you can hear them tell stories inside the U.S. Army panel room. Stay up to date by downloading the GeekCon app, brought to you by Landers, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. Keep an eye out for special pre-GeekCon parties at Bears on Fairfield and Shreveport. See the full lineup and get ticket info at geekcon.com. Shreveport's Comic-Con GeekCon returns for 2023, August 18th through the 20th at the Shreveport Convention Center. This year, you can meet stars like Superman actor Brandon Routh, from Doctor Who and Arrow, John Barrowman, the voice of Maul from Star Wars, Sam Witwer, WWE champion and Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle. Also making a special appearance, NFL Hall of Famer, Dallas Cowboys legend Bob Lilly. Tickets are available now on Eventbrite or at geekcon.com.
Tiger weather now.
Well, hazy sunshine to start. On the watch for some showers and thunderstorms late this afternoon at 88. Thunderstorm chance this evening, then partly cloudy overnight tonight, low 68. Repeat performance again tomorrow. Mix of clouds and afternoon shower, high 90. Pop-up thunderstorm on Thursday, high 94. Richard DeWettig of the Weather Channel.
103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger, Shreveport's home for sports.
We're going to celebrate every day, all month long.
Okay, I get it, but I'm kind of tired of celebrating. Like,
we're
how
gonna
is
celebrate.
it? Oh, okay. So
it's the Jeep celebration event.
I get
There's
it.
a lot
but
to celebrate.
I understand, but is it just going to be like every time somebody buys a Jeep, we're just both going to be like,
all day, all night long. I'm not going to sleep until we're done celebrating. We're going to celebrate the fact that Landers has $6,750 off a 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Limited two-wheel drive. That is something to celebrate about. How about the fact that Landers also has $3,500 off MSRP on 2023 Jeep Gladiator Sports in stock? We're going to celebrate that. How about we celebrate the fact that we've got all kinds of Jeeps, all shapes of Jeeps, all sizes of Jeeps, all during the Jeep celebration event. So if you want to drive away in your new Jeep, come see us today at Landers during the Jeep celebration event happening all month long. And remember, if it doesn't say Landers, you probably pay too much. With approved credit. Based on stock number P8783419, West Finance Crash Capital CD for details.
Let's get to the meat of the matter with producer Rogers Hampton.
Hey, boy!
Here's your master of ceremonies, Patrick Netherton.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't remember if this is the one that has the Swatch watch in it or not. The time was 6 o'clock on the Swatch watch. No time to chill. Got a date. Can't be late. Hey, girl is gonna do me. Tell me, do you like? Because they had two songs that sounded very similar. Yeah, this is it. Do me. Yeah. Yep. The time was 6 o'clock on the Swatch watch. No time to chill. Got a date. Can't be late. Hey, the girl is gonna do me. Move to the jacuzzi. Okay, we're gonna have to stop it there. It ended with smack it up, flip it, rub it down. Oh no! That's how it ended. That was quite a song. A couple of texts on the Bobby L. Green Plumbing text line. Obviously, my main question is: does this really affect anyone who watches golf? Right? We know the people that are involved, the media, all that stuff. People are up in arms about it. I don't really care. I didn't think the people should have left for the Saudi blood money to start with, and now the PGA Tour is taking the Saudi blood money. But it doesn't affect me. Nothing that they do affects what's going on in my world. Rogers, when the Saudis want to pay me and you to do a show, then we're going to have to talk about our moral, our morality and our ethics and whatnot. Fillmore said they're all professional golfers. They do it for the money. Did it for the money? No, we did it for a bleep ton of money. You're right. When you're right, you're right. And you're always right. All right. But how? Trey said, no effect on me. Majors are my big interest, plus a few others. I'm not grinding the John Deere Classic. Yeah. Hey, anyone who's watching the YouTube channel, just send a chat. I was just trying to make sure the chat's set up. I sent in one from my iPad, but I'd be curious, anyone on YouTube, just, test, hey, whatever. I'd just like to know if it's working or not. That would, I'd appreciate it. All right, so the regionals are set, or the super regionals are set. Rogers, how about the old, well, we have the Special Olympics, so we can't host a regional. A super regional. That's tough, man, because I get it, right? That's a tough place. Oh, there you go. Rogers, Jeff just said, ding, 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 ding. That's, of course, the Jawas of the...
Oh, God, when they're marching.
Of the Spaceballs. Did they ever name... I don't think they ever named who they were. Because they picked them up... Yeah, because they picked them up in the sand... and took them to Yogurt's lair, but I don't think they ever actually mentioned what they were. Because in Star Wars they were Jawas, but I don't think they ever. That's the thing when Lone Star gets up and goes, "Oh, when did we get to Disney World?" and then passes back out. Oh, great, a Druish princess, just what we need. John said, hey, it's John. Okay, great. I just want to make sure the chat was working. I appreciate it. Y'all can chat if you want. I'm happy if you do. But I just wanted to make sure that it was working. Yeah, so Indiana State gets to a super regional. They were the 1 seed, hosted the regional. They get to the super regional against TCU. And because TCU knocked off Arkansas, by the way, Rogers, how many freaking runs did Arkansas give up to TCU this year? I think they've played 3 or 4 times now, and TCU, I think, has scored double-digit runs every single time. It's wild. So TCU comes out of the Fayetteville Regional, and Indiana State comes out of, is Terre Haute, I think is where Indiana State is? Yes. They come out of their regional because they're the 14 seed, so they're hosting. Well, they're not. Apparently, there's an issue. There's some giant Special Olympics thing going on. And the next thing you know, there's a no hotels. And apparently not as much with the no hotels as it is a lack of infrastructure in terms of bodies. Just personnel. Apparently, a lot of the people are already doing the Special Olympics. They're not going to be available to work the super regional. Rogers, I think there might be something more to this. I think they may not have put in a bid. And I think they just are kind of covering it up because they don't want to say. Now, again, I got nothing to say that. I don't have sources on this. This is just a wild speculation by me and me only. I wonder if Indiana State did not put in a bid for a super regional. Because you have to put in a bid, and then when the bids are... By the way, have they... Oh, that's right. A&M didn't win their regional, so we didn't have to worry about whether Texas and A&M, where they would play. Texas has to head out to Stanford. So, yeah, I think that they did not put in a bid for it. And I think because of that, the NCAA, obviously, you can't give them a super regional if they didn't put a bid in on it. And so I think the NCAA says, the Indiana State says, all right, we're going to save face by talking about, and maybe there was an infrastructure issue, and maybe that's why they didn't put a bid in for a super regional. Not only did they think, okay, we're not going to make it, because they're the 14 seed, so chances are Arkansas is going to host, right? Arkansas is the 3 seed, so you're believing Arkansas is going to get out of that region. You think they're going to host. And they may have put in a bid, but I would be surprised if, knowing that because they had to know this, they had to know the Special Olympics event was happening next weekend. Yeah, I mean, it's not like it's some sort of thing that surprised you. Yeah. They didn't all just show up all of a sudden like, hey, by the way, we're having an event. I really wonder if they even put in a bid, knowing that there would be the Special Olympics and there would be all this stuff, and that their answer to that was, hey, we don't have the people, the facilities are being used, all that, because of this huge Special Olympics. I'm wondering if they didn't just use that as their cop-out for not putting in a bid to begin with. Don't know that. So anyway, they're headed to Fort Worth. Rogers, TCU's head coach. Do you know it off the top of your head? Kirk Saarloos. Remember the former pitcher for the Giants? I think he was here with the Captains for a bit. Kirk Saarloos. Yeah, he's the TCU manager. And of course, the former TCU manager is at Texas A&M, Jim Schlossnagle. Old Schloss. All right, so your bracket, it looks like this now. The number 1 overall seed, Wake, is hosting Alabama, who was the 1 seed, but not, they were the 16 seed. So Wake hosting Alabama, the 1 seed's held there. Then Stanford, who is the 8 seed overall, they are hosting Texas. Texas was the 2 seed in the Miami Regional. So Texas at Stanford, Alabama at Wake Forest. Meanwhile, Kentucky at LSU. We all know this. LSU, the 1 seed, went unbeaten. Kentucky ended up going through, getting out, and they travel to Baton Rouge for the Super Regional. Then you've got Tennessee, who was the 2 seed in the Clemson Regional. They come out, and they will face Southern Miss, who was the 2 seed in the Auburn Regional. So Southern Miss ends up hosting Tennessee. So that's a couple of 2 seeds who got out of that bracket. And as it turns out, Tennessee will be traveling to Hattiesburg to take on Southern Miss. Florida, the overall number 2 seed, will host South Carolina, who's the overall number 15 seed. You had Duke come out of the Coastal Carolina bracket. Duke was a 2 seed. They will face Virginia in Charlottesville. Virginia was the overall number 7 seed. Then you've got Oregon hosting Oral Roberts. That's a couple of 2 seed, a 2 seed in Oregon and a 4 seed in Oral Roberts, who Rogers, I believe they're like 33-2 in their last 35 games or something like that. They've won like 19 in a row or 20 in a row. I believe they were Todd Walker's pick to come out of that region as well, as I recall. I think he said either either Oral Roberts or Dallas Baptist he thought would come out of that region. And it turns out they did. It was Oral Roberts, the 4 seed, who I think have they won 50 games now? I think they might have. Let me look at Oral Roberts real quick, their baseball program, because it has been just insane what Oral Roberts has done in baseball. Yes, Rogers, they are now 49-11. And they are currently riding, are you ready, Hambone? A 21-game winning streak. 21-game winning streak. They went 23-1 in conference play. I mean, that's insane. They lost 11 games this year. They're currently on a 21-game winning streak, and they actually had a 2-game losing streak. Oh, they had a 3-game losing streak. They lost all 3 to Dallas Baptist. Then they end up in the same regional as Dallas Baptist. Yeah, 21 in a row now for Oral Roberts. That is just pure insanity. Their last loss, Rogers, was April the 22nd, and we are in June. They lost to North Dakota State 4-2 in a Summit League game, and then have won 21 in a row since then. And by the way, I'm just looking real quick. I believe their closest game after that was, by the way, Oklahoma State, that they beat 9-7. There was another 2-run game. There was another Dallas Baptist in the Stillwater Regional. The final was 6-5. So now they travel to Oregon to take on the Ducks in a 3-game set. So Oral Roberts at Oregon. And then, as we just mentioned, Indiana State is not hosting because of the Special Olympics, and they will play at TCU. So Bama at Wake, Texas at Stanford, Kentucky at LSU, Tennessee at Southern Miss on the left side of your bracket, USC at South Carolina at Florida, Duke at Virginia, Oral Roberts at Oregon, and Indiana State at TCU on the right side of the bracket. If LSU wins, they would take on the winner of Southern Miss and Tennessee. That would be their side of the bracket. Their side of the bracket would be Wake, Bama, Texas, Stanford, Southern Miss, and Tennessee when they get to Omaha. So there you go. All right, let's catch our last break. Don't cut the stream, though, yet. We can't do it just yet. All right. He's Hambone. I'm Patrick. We'll be back.
Bobby L. Green Plumbing has been in business for over 6 decades, 60-plus years. That's remarkable, since technology is always shifting and times change. Not only has Bobby L. Green Plumbing survived, they adapted to the modern marketplace, and they've thrived. Green Plumbing can spot trouble faster and repair it quicker using the latest technology. That eliminates your discomfort and saves you money. Bobby L. Green, the Green Team, the plumbing team you like best.
If you're looking for the finest in seafood, the finest in steaks, and a beautiful ambiance, you're looking for Two John's Steak and Seafood, 2151 Airline Drive in Bossier City. It is absolutely spectacular, from the New Orleans-style courtyard to the ambiance of the bar to the elegance of the dining room. The best steaks, the best seafood, one of the best.
Swim has just arrived, and it's sunny weather approved.
If you're into bikinis or one pieces, high waists or cutouts, they're the perfect combo of trendy, flattering, and affordable.
That's right. And there are so many cool styles with gorgeous details. These suits have macrame, crochet, wood beads, pretty shells, and more. Totally a luxe for less vibe.
Yes, so dive in and shop this Target trend without the spend.
The following is a message from the future, sent by Jamie from Progressive.
Back in 2023, you could get help from Progressive online, through our mobile app, or over the phone. But here, in the future, we can communicate with you through telepathy. Now, I don't think anyone in 2023 has mastered telepathy yet, but if you have, then you can totally read my thoughts right now. And yes, I did leave the oven on. Wow, you're good at this.
That was a message from the future. Get the help you need today with Progressive.
Do you smell smoke? I really should go.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers.
1130 The Tiger, your home for LSU sports, powered by Jack Spring Electric.
With summer savings at the Home Depot, we'll get your kitchen clicking. With top brand appliances, like a new GE refrigerator with internal water dispenser for a crisp, cool glass of water every time. Or a GE oven with built-in air fryer for healthier, crispier options with no preheating. Plus, with convenient shopping in-store and online at the Home Depot, your innovative new appliances are just a click away, too. Final days to save up to 30% on select appliances plus $300 off select refrigerators at the Home Depot ends June 7th. Pricing valid May 18th through June 7th, 2023. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Babbel. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at babbel.com/TNC.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, you're starting to speak another language.
Babbel's lessons are voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right.
If you want to learn a language, there's no better way than
Babbel.
Text radio to 64,000 to try Babbel for free. Text radio to 64,000.
Thank you so much for tuning in today. It's shaping up to be another beautiful day. Oh my God, Trey, what are you doing here? Dude, you're not even supposed to be here today.
I have waited 330 days for this moment.
Dude, you don't even have studio time scheduled.
I have no time to schedule. We got to get it out now.
Okay.
It's Ram Truck Month.
Oh, it's Ram Truck Month. Well, you could have sent me a text.
Ram!
Oh, my bad. Hold on.
Ram check this out. I've got $11,000 off MSRP on a 2022 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 2-wheel drive.
Ram!
And also, I've got 4.9% APR on 2023 Ram 1500s in stock right now. And all these Rams got to go. I got to sell them all.
Ram!
So if you want to drive off in a brand new
Ram,
then come see us at Landers on Benton Road in Bossier City. And remember, if it doesn't say Landers on the back of your new
Ram,
then you probably paid too much.
Can we do it one more time? Ram!
It's almost here. The return of Shreveport's Comic-Con, GeekCon, this August at the Shreveport Convention Center. Hurry and get your tickets today. Johnny's Pizza Ultimate VIP tickets have already sold out. There are a limited number of Johnny's Pizza swag passes still available. Buy your tickets today at geekcon.com. This year, you can meet legendary filmmaker Kevin Smith, along with Superman actor Brandon Routh, WWE Hall of Famer and Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle, from Doctor Who, John Barrowman, NFL Hall of Famer Bob Lilly, along with stars from Harry Potter, Disney, Star Wars, and more. Not only can you meet these stars, but you can hear them tell stories inside the U.S. Army panel room. Stay up to date by downloading the GeekCon app, brought to you by Landers, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, and Ram. Keep an eye out for special pre-GeekCon parties at Bears on Fairfield and Shreveport. See the full lineup and get ticket info at geekcon.com.
Tiger weather now.
Well, hazy sunshine to start. On the watch for some showers and thunderstorms late this afternoon at 88. Thunderstorm chance this evening, then partly cloudy overnight tonight, low 68. Repeat performance again tomorrow. Mix of clouds and afternoon shower, high 90. Pop-up thunderstorm on Thursday, high 94. Richard DeWettick of the Weather Channel.
We're going to celebrate every day, all month long.
Okay, I get it, but I'm kind of tired of celebrating. Like,
We're
how
gonna
is
celebrate.
it? Oh, okay. So
It's the Jeep celebration event.
I get
There's
it.
a lot
but
to celebrate.
I understand, but is it just going to be like every time somebody buys a Jeep, we're just both going to be like,
All day, all night long. I'm not going to sleep until we're done celebrating. We're going to celebrate the fact that Landers has $6,750 off a 2023 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Limited 2-wheel drive. That is something to celebrate about. How about the fact that Landers also has $3,500 off MSRP on 2023 Jeep Gladiator Sports in stock? We're going to celebrate that. How about we celebrate the fact that we've got all kinds of Jeeps, all shapes of Jeeps, all sizes of Jeeps, all during the Jeep celebration event. So if you want to drive away in your new Jeep, come see us today at Landers during the Jeep celebration event happening all month long. And remember, if it doesn't say Landers, you probably paid too much. With approved credit. Based on stock number P878349, West Finance Crash Capital CD for details.
The previous program was paid for by Tim Fletcher, LLC. 103.3 FM and 1130 The Tiger, Shreveport's home for LSU sports.
Let's get to the meat of the matter with producer Rogers Hampton.
Hey, boy!
Here's your master of ceremonies, Patrick Netherton.
Train roll on down the line. Won't you please take me far away? Now feel the wind blow outside my door. Means I'm leaving my woman at home. And Tuesday's gone with the wind. Oh, my baby's gone with the wind.
Patrick Netherton Show, 11:30, The Tiger. Jeff wants to know who's the sexy new co-host. That would be JJ, who just sat down.
Taken, lady.
That's right. No chance for any of that for y'all. Yeah, we're actually just testing something right now to see how long the music will play before it cuts us off like Facebook used to. We're up to over 2 minutes now, so I think we're going to be fine. Hambone going to be happy. Don't have to play 4-second snippets of music and cut it out. So again, we're gonna be on YouTube for the rest of the week. We're just checking it out. I think we'll probably stay here, if I had to guess, but we'll at least be here for now. And then, again, we're gonna see how it all works out for the week. Rogers, I still need to. I'm gonna try to line up an interview. By the way, hadn't even mentioned Bobby Barbier leaving for Southeastern Louisiana. And Chris Bertrand already announced as the new coach. By the way, Rogers, Forkham Friday guest, Chris Bertrand, the new head coach of the Northwestern State Demon baseball team. Pew texted me, and we were talking earlier, and he goes, "Hey, do you want Bert?" And I'm like, "Well, would you rather him be on Forkham Friday?" And he goes, "Yeah, because it's summer, and you always kind of struggle with guests during the summer." He's like, "Yeah, I'd rather." I said, "Do it." So we'll get Bert at some point during the summer. No, still on. Yeah, you can go ahead and fade it out. Also, Rogers had a phone conversation. Play Molly Hatchet right now, because I had a phone conversation with one of your favorites, Dan Hawkins. Oh no! The former intramurals brother, the former Boise State and Colorado head coach, who is now at UC Davis. Yeah, we had a chat with, had a phone call with Dan Hawkins. I was working on some other stuff with him. I hadn't talked to Hawk in a while. Rogers, he said he's got 2 trips planned. Remember, this is the man that said he'd like to be killed by a hippopotamus. He thought that would be a really cool way to go. He has 2 trips planned. One to, it's one of the South American countries. He's got a trip planned to, well, and he's coaching football, he said. Yeah, he's going down to one of the South American countries and coaching football. And then, Rogers, he said if they're not in the FCS playoffs, which obviously he hopes they are, he hopes they make it in the FCS playoffs. Look at that handsome gentleman on television, Rogers. Do you see that guy? Look at that guy just showed up, taking his jacket off on the TV. Look at that guy, Ben. Look at that handsome gentleman over there. So so Hawk said if he's not in the FCS playoffs, his son is going to Norway to swim with killer whales. So he said if he's not in the FCS playoffs, Dan Hawkins is heading to Norway to swim with the killer whales. I said, so are you telling me, like, they're going to take you to 500 feet, drown you, and then play hacky sack with your body? And he was like, that's a hell of a way to go, brother. And I'm like, of course it is, Dan Hawkins. All right, bye, YouTube.